I was engulfed in a cloud of music. Everything was together: the drums, the bass, the vocals, the rhythm guitar, and of course, the lead guitar. Chills raced down my spine as the song was winding down. My fingers raced between strings, bending them every few notes and throwing in a few vibrato harmonics to liven up the outro solo. It felt like magic. And with a few cymbal crashes and a couple power chords, it was over. I heard the echo of the last note ring through my basement, and it only added to my pleasure. A smile shot across my face as I turned to face the others, who had similar looks on their faces. "That was awesome!" I shouted. Band practices were a major factor in my half-deafness. "I loved those drum fills during the bridge, Joe." "Thanks, Steve. I liked your solo there at the end," he returned. "It really adds to the intensity." "And Alex," I continued, "way to go on those lyrics. Not bad for writing them 30 minutes ago. We are going to rock that Battle of the Bands competition in 2 weeks." "No kidding. Now we just need to come up with a band name," Corey, the bassist, said while chuckling. All 5 of us had debated countless hours on the subject, but could never pick a name. We had been practicing for a few weeks and made a lot of progress. We had written about 7 solid songs, all with powerful guitar riffs, good beats, and deep lyrics, but none of us could come up with a good name that hadn't been taken. Sensing the conversation coming up again, Zach, the rhythm guitarist, spoke up. "Oh boy. Here we go again. I gotta leave before we start off on another hour-long argument. I work in 20 minutes. You guys can practice without me if you want." "Nah, I think 4 hours of practice is enough," Alex said. "My throat's burning anyways." Everyone started their daily routine of turning off all the power, unplugging everything, and putting the gear away. Since practices were always in my basement, they usually just stored the instruments in the back corner. While I was rolling up some guitar chords, I heard my phone vibrating on top of my amp. I rushed over to it and grabbed it just before it bounced off the edge. My heart skipped a beat as I realized that I just got a text from Tori. I usually don't get caught up on one girl for too long, but I've had a giant crush on Tori for as long as I had known her. We didn't talk much at all, though. She was pretty much the most popular girl in the school, and I was just the metalhead nobody. Playing in a band doesn't have the same effect on popularity as it used to, ever since auto-tuned voices with computerized instruments took over the popular music genre. She wouldn't even know who I was if I hadn't sold her my old acoustic guitar. That being said, I never got the opportunity to really make a move on her before, so I was always looking for a way in. Excitedly, I opened the text message and read it. "Hey Steve. I was JW if you wanna hang out W a bunch of people at the mall. We're meeting at the food court in an hour. You in?" This was awesome. I finally got a chance to talk to her outside of school, and the fact that the invite came from her really made elated me. I couldn't help wondering if she liked me too. I quickly brushed off the thought, though. Through years of experience, I learned that taking things in the best possible way usually leads to disaster. It works a lot better to expect a minimal amount of personal benefit from a single experience. However, I was not going to miss this opportunity. I replied to her text as fast as I could, telling her that I'd be there. I then helped the others pick everything up before hopping in my car and speeding to the mall. As I walked into the food court, I felt my stomach churning. I suddenly became aware of how stupid I looked, with my punk shorts, Metallica t-shirt, and short spiked hair. I had half a mind to turn around and just go home, but then I saw Tori on the other side of the room. I absent-mindedly stopped walking and just stared at her, transfixed upon her beauty. She sat there, innocently laughing at something Kelly, her best friend, had just said. I never really liked her friends. They were your standard, plastic, popular girls. Overly done fake tans, heavy makeup, snobby attitudes, and egos that are bigger than their stuffed bras. I never understood why Tori even hung out with them. She was completely different. She may have been short, but had the biggest, most lovable personality a person could have. Then, on top of that, she had the cutest face a young lady like her could have. Her round blue eyes would always sparkled and her dark hair was always perfect, no matter how much of a bad hair day she was having. She wore very little makeup, and it just showed how naturally beautiful she really was. She also was one of the nicest people at our school. Despite her popularity, she never was too cool to talk to anyone. She was as perfect as you could get. I guess that's why every guy in our class liked her. After what seemed to be an hour, I finally snapped out of it and made my way to her, all while telling myself to not say anything stupid. "Hey Tori." "Oh, hey Stephen. What a coincidence meeting you here," she responded. I laughed and decided to play along. "Yeah, it's almost like you texted me to meet you here." "Yeah." Pretty much. It was then that I realized that she was being serious. At first I was confused by the matter since she was the one that texted me, but then I realized that I was just made a victim of a prank. It didn't take me long to figure out who the jokers were when I noticed that Tori's friends were trying their hardest to not laugh, but were failing miserably. I was so embarrassed. "Hey Tori," Kelly said between fits of laughter. "Here's your phone by the way. Thanks for letting me use it since I forgot mine at home." "No problem." "What's so funny by the way?" Tori asked. However, it didn't take too long for her to figure it out. I do not know what the bigger clue was, the fact that my face was redder than a tomato, or that Kelly and the other girls were pointing at me and gasping the word phone between breaths as they continued to giggle uncontrollably. "Wait. Did you guys text Stephen with my phone?" The only answer that she received was a renewed chorus of laughter. She turned and looked at me sympathetically. "Oh. I'm sorry, Steve. If you want, you can hang out with us. We're about to go to a movie. Wanna tag along?" "Sure. That sounds good," I responded, maybe a little too quickly. Tori's friends stopped laughing immediately and glared at Tori. "Sweet. We're going to stop by the gas station right next to the theater to buy some candy for the movie. The concessions are way too expensive." "Okay, I'll follow you there. Which car do you drive?" "It's a red Toyota something or other." "Yeah. That definitely helps a lot." We continued to make a little small talk as we made our way to our cars. I then followed the girls to the gas station. As we entered the store, we naturally migrated to the candy stand and started looking over our choices.